Hello all, welcome back to Brad Fab Garage. Well, we got King of the Open Road over with, so we got the Le Mans back in. I had to pull the drag radials back off of that car, and I've got the skinnies off the front of the Camaro on here because these tires were smooth, wore out. And I did have to go through and put new control arm bushings on the Le Mans, and it's all back happy now. But the Camaro's not happy. You know, after race week and a couple trips to the track, we started having some issues with the transmission. Clutches were slipping. It was wanting to really slip in second gear under a load. So, got the transmission out. I've got to go through that. The gear vendor, I may ship it back and just have it looked at just out of precautions. But also, Bob, my tuner, has also said he thinks I need a little bit looser converter. So I sent the converter back to PTC. They're going to go through it, make sure it's all good, and change the stator in that for me. So other than that, what I'm doing next, do have a brand new shifter for the car. I am wanting to go to a CO2 assist shifter. So I'm having to change my mounts, the way everything goes together in here, and then adding the CO2 to the shifter itself. So one other thing I've got to do, and my buddies will thank me a lot, is when I put the carpet in the car, I just left the factory insulation on the carpet kit like that. So the training tunnel got pretty warm on our big drive. I mean, shoot, we drove 1,400 something miles. It's a lot of time in the car, a lot of road time, and it got pretty warm. Training tunnel got warm, passenger side got warm where the exhaust is. And so I'm gonna take the time now to fix this while I'm waiting on stuff for my tranny, my converter, and all the other kind of stuff. So I'm gonna pull the seats out, and basically I'm just gonna insulate everything from the side of the tunnel all the way over and over to here. My side's not that bad. Sorry for the darkness. I mean, you've got a black car with black carpet and black everything else. It's gonna be hard to see much of anything in here. But I'm just gonna basically pull the front half of the carpet out and clean some wiring up. You know, when you build a car, you end up doing rewiring stuff several times. So I'm going to clean that up while I have it all out and put it all back together. Let me show you what I did get though. So when I've been digging shifters, I've had this in my Motion Raceworks cart forever, and finally pulled the trigger and ordered the shifter I wanted. So Motion Raceworks shifter, replacing the old B&M. I do have the cylinder coming for the CO2. I guess I just hit the button too many times and ordered it without the cylinder. So that's on the way. As soon as I get that, we'll get that ready to go in the car. I did rebuild my bracket just a few minutes ago, and it's out here drying. So tranny mount, transmission mount, not the tranny mount, but transmission mount. Transmission shifter mount is ready to go. Just had to modify the old one that was on the B&M, make it fit this one, and that'll be good to go. So be easy to reroute the cable right now because the transmission's out, gear vendor's out, drive shaft's out, and we'll go from there. Time to take some seats out. Okay, jerk the seats out real quick. I don't think you want to watch me unbolting seats. So this is where my transmission shifter mount is at. I have my neutral safety switch and trans brake wires already wired up here. So we'll go through, pull the front half out of this, throw some more insulation down, and probably clean some wiring up. I went ahead and put the new shifter cable in, and so this is going to be the perfect time to do it because I've got the shifter out, all this other stuff out, and I'm ready to have it insulated. It's nice to have AC in the car now, but on a hot day, you're fighting the training tunnel temperatures and the AC. And I'm just ready to seal it all up, make it nice. Okay, carpet's out. and makes you wonder why the car got warm. All these extra holes up here for the 4-speed, of course, is for the starter. That's my neutral safety switch. These are to my trans brake, which goes up and through the floor right there. So all that good stuff right there. And of course my holly cable. I'll just tuck that dude up here out of the way. So I'm gonna seal this hole up a little bit better. This is where my tranny, the shifter goes out. I can fill that hole up. And then we're gonna throw some insulation in here. So got a lot of cleaning to do. Want to vacuum this all out, get all the junk out of it. And that's what we'll do. All right, so the next thing on the block to try and retrieve out of this thing is what little bit of insulation I have left over from my rat rod. And it's right there between the foam and the military carts. So I'm gonna get that down, and I'm probably gonna have everything I need except for like 6 or 8 inches. It's just the way the world works. That piece is not gonna be big enough to do the whole thing. It doesn't feel like there's much there. Okay, so let's lay this across the Pontiac and see how much I don't have. All right, so it needs to be at least as wide as this hood and then some. And that's not enough. Okay. So I need to figure out how or where I order this off Amazon and get some more of that. So can't do that today. See what's next. All right, so there's not any of that left around. So what I'm gonna do is take off this, whatever it is that they put on there for the 4-speed hole. So I need, looks like some 5/16 self-tappers ran through there, and they put a bunch of them in there. So let me go get a gun, or a screw gun, and get that out. I've definitely never had this off, so I don't know what kind of butchery I'm gonna find under this thing. Well, I'm not sure what they thought they needed there, but that's a little excessive for a hole. I don't know what material this is, but it doesn't even want to cut with that. It's like some serious rubber stuff here. Oh man, I could have done without seeing all that. Guess I got a cutoff wheel. If I can get out of here. Kind of at all, if they had to cut a hole that big in here for who knows why, that's a lot. Wow, that's ugly. It's like bathtub caulk or something, I guess. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's going to have to get scraped off. Okay, I cleaned that off the best that I could, and I only know one way to really fix this right. It is all kind of just hacked up like a cutting torch or something. So when I cut the back half out of this car and put a factory floor pans and all back in it, I bought a full piece floor pan from the toe board up. So I have this left over, and I'm glad I kept it because I need this piece right here. So I'm gonna cut this out, cut the old one out, just weld down a new piece. It'll actually look factory, and it'll cover up that mess of a hole. I'll probably clean this hole up, but leave it because that's where my shifter cable goes through, and I don't know what the purpose was in that one. So I don't know, I may just take this all the way to the middle of this groove up, over, back, and just do it all in one piece, because just be easier. All right, I'm down to my last cutoff wheel, so I've got to get some tomorrow. So I'm hoping I can make it through this and through the training tunnel in the car. So let's cut. I guess I can save this if I want to do a Lenco or something. Clean this up and see how it fits. Okay, got our piece cut out, drilled a hole in it for the shifter cable. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do my other holes back here. I may bring them further back and drill a hole back here, because I like them further away from the bell housing, whether I'm pulling a transmission, anything like that. So I'm gonna mark out the whole piece to basically just replace it like that. That way it's super clean. Yes, I'm gonna lose my 4-speed hole, but you know, they already cut that bracket to crap, so it's not like I'm gonna put a 4-speed back in it. The pedal is still in the car. I'm not gonna take that out, because you never know, I'll get a wild hair and want to put a 6-speed or something in it, I don't know. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. I need to dig out my air saw, trim this hole out, and I think I'm going to leave it removable. I can seal it up with just a light bit of seam sealer or something, but I mean, it might be handy to get to something, I don't know. I mean, I hate to just weld it up solid when I can make it removable and just get access to a dipstick tube or something, or I could even use that to get into my cooler lines if I have troubles getting to them from the bottom. So, but I may change my mind. It happens all the time. So I'm going to cut this out and get that fitted. All right. So let's cut this out. Yuck. Okay. One like that right there. All right, so basically like that. Got screw holes here and some stuff I need to clean up. But other than that, that's a whole lot better than it was, and we'll make it stick. All right, got on Amazon and ordered a whole bunch of foil foam insulation. So we're going to try this. Basically right now I'm just going to cover the front floorboards, the training tunnel right here for now. All my heat's coming from the floorboards and from the training tunnel. So we're going to try that and see how that works. If I'm not happy with that, then I'll pull the rest of the carpet and go a little bit further back. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start cleaning some of the wiring up. I ran the wiring for my Mac valve. This is the blue ones there. The light blue ones are the trans brake. And this is my neutral safety switch and the all-important Bluetooth radio. So I just taped them down here lightly, so if I need to pull them back and forth I can. This will run up through the firewall. This stays in here. Get that out of the way. And other than that, to get that all tucked back in there, let's start laying some stuff out. Alright, so I'm probably going to stick to about right here and down. That way I don't bulk up my carpet when it comes time to pinch it all in the under the trim and all that kind of stuff. So let's just start here, see where it goes. Okay, that mess is done. I went ahead and threw some duct tape on some of the seams just to keep them from kind of moving around. And then I've got my wires ready here. So other than that, I probably can go ahead and put the carpet back in the front of the car and throw that together. Okay, so got the carpet back in, got the seats back in, got the belts back in. All the wiring is plumbed through there. They plumbed, it's all ran through under the carpet. So we've got our hole right here for our shifter cable. It's going right down through here. These are to my plug right here for the CO2 for the air shifter, and the other stuff right here that's just up out of the way. So I am ready to grab the shifter and make this thing fit like I want it to fit. Okay, I got my bracket made for this shifter, for the Motion Raceworks shifter. Then this is what I had mounted for my original shifter that I've had forever and a day. So I need to feed this cable down, and then we can mount this thing where it's supposed to go. Hoping that fits through there. It did before. Of course, I made my hole a little bit cleaner on the new piece of the floor pan, so may have to play with it a little bit to get it to go. Shouldn't have to open it up anymore. All right, so we got that through there. Pull the shifter up here, slide that down. There. Let me find my pin. It's probably up here on the counter. All right, found my pin. Now I can put this in there. This precision machine fit. There. Built this a long time ago just so I could take this out to be able to get into the dash and stuff like that. So worked awesome. All right, now got my super bright light on in here, so wow, that's bright. Let's see if we can do something about that, because I can't see anything. All right, well, we're gonna try this. How about that? You can see me a little better there. Can't really see this quite so good. How can I fix that? Maybe a little bit. Okay. Black shifter, black carpet, black seats. You can see it all, I'm sure. Okay, so the shifter came with these. Struggling here. I may just have to get a suntan for a minute. Okay, so the shifter came with, of course, neutral safety switch and backup lights. I won't use the backup lights. So, and then I have my bump button here, or not my bump button, my trans brake right there. That's perfect. My other shifter was on the passenger side, and it scared me to death because if someone riding with me would bump it or something like that and just blow everything to pieces. So I have my CO2 valve on this side. Show you here. CO2 valve, trans brake, and I just have to wire this to this, which is just plug it in, and then my inputs will to the solenoid will go to that. Went over my list a dozen times on what I needed to do before I put the carpet in. One of them was run the CO2 line up here to the shifter. Well, I didn't, so I'll probably have to take one side loose and try and fish it back up under there to go to my solenoid so my CO2 works. But other than that, everything is ready. Other than that, we are good to go. I do like the shifter. It's going to take a little getting used to, but in first gear, of course, the air shifter will shift it, but the thing I like about it, I don't even have to grab the shifter. I just pull on that and pull on that. I don't have to grip anything or anything like that. Of course, first gear going up is no big deal, but I do like that. It's basically just, that's it. First, third, second, third. So, and of course the air shifter will make it that much easier. So the only thing I got to get used to is going out of neutral. Basically just take my fingers, push it forward, squeeze down, park. So really simple shifter. I like it. I can't wait to get some air hooked up to it. But next thing I got to do is get my transmission finished. My torque converter came in today. All my air fittings came in today. And so stuff is here. I'm just behind now. Climb out of this thing. Halfway doors on lift. I have a splice right here in my CO2. And what I did is I got fittings for that. It's basically an inline T, so that all my air lines are pointing the same direction. And that would be these. So you've got an in and two outs, and it keeps everything in line instead of having a T where you got to run stuff all over everywhere. I did buy some new push-in straights and some push-in 90s, so I can kind of make it all look clean. So that's all there. I have some orange airline. I'm going to get some black, my buddy of mine that has a whole bunch of it, because I don't want to put that in my black carpet in my black car. It'll stick out like a sore thumb and I won't be happy with it. That's probably why I forgot to do it. Other than that, I got to get with my buddy and go over and get this rebuilt, which this will be the 4th transmission I've built myself with assistance to slap my hand whenever I do something wrong. Makes it nice. And I sent my PTC converter back. It was a 17 converter, and I had them change that to a 16. It was a 17, I had them change it to a 16. So everybody's telling me I need to go a little bit looser, so I did. But I didn't want to put a dirty converter in a brand new fresh transmission with expensive clutches and plates and all in it. So I sent that back. They charged me $300 to service it, $100 to change the stator. I mean, if I was thinking, I probably should have just bought an extra converter for half the price of what I spent to have that one refreshed and changed, but that's all right. Next time I'll do that, and I probably will buy a 2-piece converter for the car, for the Camaro, because if I build my Malibu, that one is going to get my 5.3, which is sitting right there, which that one did run mid-9s, so it's a good little 5.3. I'll have to build another transmission, so I got to figure out what I want to get with that. But anyway, I think we're pretty much done for the evening, because I gotta get the training done. We'll see you guys later. All right, when you're messing with this stuff, go ahead and find the good metal fittings or the airline splices. The plastic ones don't like the heat, they don't like being tweaked on. This was the way to go. So I already have a splice right here from my airline going to my MAC valves for the CO2. So I'm just going to take this, replace that, and that'll have us hooked up inside. Okay, so the splice is hooked up. Good thing Sabrina stepped out here when she did, because I had my CO2 bottle on still, and if I'd have let go of that line, it'd have drained that bottle in a heartbeat. So anyway, we're hooked up here. Now I just need to get inside the car, hook the last line up, and then we'll see how it's going to work. All right, so now all I need to do is connect the output to the input of the cylinder, and then we can play with this thing. All right, pretty happy with that. I've got my line ran to the supply side, output side, ran into the cylinder. Now I got the CO2 on, and we're gonna see if this thing works. You can test a MAC valve by pushing the little button here on top. So we're gonna push this and see. Just like that. All I got to do is get my Holly cans because I am out of outputs. So I'm gonna have to order that up. But once again, it tests really nicely. You get your 1, there's 2, 3. Pretty happy with that. Okay, now with the shifter working, I just need to focus on filling this void back here, and then we can go drive this thing, test the shifter out, get the settings set up in the Holly can module, and man, have an automatic. So we'll see you guys later. Remember to go and like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.